Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading will be for Saturday, March 13th. But I also have a couple of announcements really quickly. In that I'm going to be on Scott Allen's channel, Scott Allen's Spiritual Essence. And we're going to be doing personal readings, so that'll be for today. Starting 2 p.m. Pacific Time, 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Central Time, and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So come and join us. We'll be so it's on Scott's channel, Scott Allen Spiritual Essence, and I always have the link to his channel, as well as Debbie Freebird Spirit and Sheila Inquisitive Tarot. She's going to be with us. So those links are below all my videos, or actually I just added Sheila's. But if you subscribe to Scott's channel and set the little notification bell, to all, you'll get a notification, and we usually try to post our little thumbnails up in our channels as well too. But come join us and get a free personal reading. And then also on Sunday, I'll be there on his channel again with Kim from Intuitive View, and we'll be doing political readings. So join in and get your questions answered there by all three of us, which is awesome. And that one starts 7:30 in the morning Pacific Time, 8:30 Mountain, 9:30 Central, and 10:30 Eastern. And I think that's the day, that's actually I think at midnight, the day that the clocks go forward, right? I think it's like spring forward and fall back. Yeah, so it's spring forward. So we'll lose an hour, but we'll survive. It'd be great if they'd ever change those laws. So anyway, this deck is the Marchetti Tarot by Ciro Marchetti, of course. And so let me tune in to March 13th. Okay. So the theme and one more card. Okay. So, oh goodness, and I forgot to grab, hold on. I need this other, I have my clipboard that had all those announcements. I need my other, I'm going to shuffle this deck, and I'll do that while I'm speaking about these three. So here with it's got to be the King of Swords. I'm not totally used to this deck yet, but dude has a crown on. Although, yeah, no, it's totally a crown. It's not a helmet. So it's got to be the King of Swords. And maybe his knights. Let me see. Just to double check. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Let's find a knight. Yeah, the knights have the KN. So even though, well, it's a helmet, I suppose. But yeah. Okay. So the King of Swords. So that's all about clarity. So the theme for the day, and hopefully I can find a spiritual message in here too to help us heal our souls. This has to do with clarity. It has to do with organizing your thought patterns. It has to do with speaking words that are positive, coming from positive reality, rather than, negative reality. And of course, remember that our subconscious doesn't have a sense of humor. So we need to be careful, very, very careful of our self-talk. And I say that because it's flanked by these cards. But just diving in a little further with the King of Swords, this has to be with being in your own authority, having your own independent thinking, and it's, there's power there. There's power and authority there. It can sometimes be anything to do with the law. And sometimes could be, like a therapist, a counselor of some type, someone who thinks really clearly and can help you kind of like strategize to get your life going the way you want. It's a wonderful card. It's oftentimes, though, just, being in your own integrity and thinking very clearly. So it's a good day for that. Now, looking at these two cards next to it, it's like, okay, what do we need help with thinking clearly and being in our authority? Thinking clearly about and being in our own authority. Well, with the moon reversed, let me bring the card up just so you can see the beautiful image. Yeah, oh, I love that, holding a baby up there. That's gorgeous. Wow. It's almost kind of, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's well, you probably can't on camera, but looking at it here, it's almost like three-dimensional going into it up here. And we have, well, it's usually a lobster, but I think he made it, well, I guess it could be a lobster. It could be a lobster or a crab. But the lobster represents like the old primordial energy of, like we've been around forever and we always will be, So the moon reverse, though, bringing in that element, that has to do with, again, gaining clarity and lowering levels of anxiety and sometimes revealing secrets that need to come out. But most of all, it's a card when it's reversed about just really chilling out and getting clear of any fears. So, now coupled with the Page of Swords, you can see the young energy there, in the, let me get the glare off of it. Those are beautiful peacock feathers. And the bird, because we have to remember that all the pages are messengers, so I love that there's 3 birds right there around him. What am I saying? 4. There's another one on his sword. Wow, that's really cool. So that's, again, straight up, this card is all about, getting clear, thinking clearly, sometimes being a little overwhelmed with a lot of information because it can come through really quickly. But it does have to do with being inspired and making decisions and planning. But because it's reversed, that brings in, there could be some manipulation or someone who's kind of like playing head games. And I think you have to be in that clear place of realizing, let's just chill out and don't worry about it. It's just something they're going through. And if this is an aspect of ourselves, then we would have to stop ourselves from overthinking, because a lot of times that's what the Page of Swords reverse can be about. But it can also be about something kind of unexpected, like unexpected words that pop in and, and just confuse things, especially with the moon. So again, go back to your place where you have really good reasoning abilities to sort this out. So let me move these cards up here, and let's use this deck and see what we can bring in to help. This card yesterday, I think. Pretty sure the ant about collaborating, right? And the Scarabeo says magic works through you. Yeah, I kind of don't really believe in magic, but it seems like magic when things go our way, doesn't it? But wait, where's my chopstick? Cards everywhere. Giraffe says to see the big picture. Now that certainly goes with the King of Swords, because that organizational ability that all the kings have. and, like mentally planning something out for the future, that's the same quality there. So remembering that when things are challenging, okay, so this brings in this element of when you're collaborating with people, it's a good thing to kind of just sit back and chill out and take everybody's points of view in, and allow the your good reasoning abilities to come in, of course, but then also just to allow the miracle rather than magic. It might seem like magic, but to me it's more of a miracle of what it's like when two heads come together, or three heads, or six heads, or you know what I mean? When we all come together. And then just stand back and see the big picture. Just try and sit back and see it from a higher perspective and a much broader perspective. And if you are collaborating with people, like at work, it's, of course, if you don't already, it's excellent to take notes so that little details of great ideas don't get lost. Because, everyone's different. Some people get great ideas while they're speaking about something, and then it just blips in, and then they go, oh, yeah. And because you're there with them, kind of holding space for their voice to come through, it's amazing what does come through. And it's really, really, really beautiful. I love that. And then other times, they'll spark your interest. It's like we inspire each other, we really do. We truly inspire each other. So seeing from that big picture, and I feel like, because we have the two builders of the zodiac, which are Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, and I think we're all coming together in a much bigger way because, Aquarius, of course, is ruled by Uranus, and that's all about group thinking, bigger, or I guess more people in your experience of life. So yeah, just stand tall, be in your authority, let the magic come through you, and chill out, chill out when the intuition comes in. We can turn these cards straight up. Let's do this. There we go. So being in your authority, but listening to all perspectives to set the intention to see the big picture, and then with the moon, that card's all about being in that intuitive open space, and even if something doesn't make sense in the moment, just to allow yourself to kind of feel everything as you're going through it, and then take the gems that you want. Like notice it with the four birds up here. Take the gems that you want, and after you take all the good copious notes, in the meeting, take the gems that you want, or highlight what's most important for you, and then you can work together, come back and collaborate again. But for some reason, this card has come through 2 times in 1 week. So I think it's something important to listen to. So it might be that, together we can achieve so much more. It's like literally the acronym for team. What is it? Together each achieves more. And but to also honor, like the card we had, wait, where'd it go? To honor your own unique voice and your own good reasoning abilities, and let it come through you. And then, of course, hold space for the bigger picture of the greater good of the whole. I love it when life works that way. It's such an awesome experience. So, okay, well, that's all I have for Saturday. And thanks so much for listening, you guys, and take good care. Bye.